Well, hello there. I'm Joe Hopkins, and today I'm going on a rant. I'm ranting because there's something that has been going on that I feel like I want to weigh in on. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a cold. Now, autism. It's in the news. It's in the news. It's all over the place. There's been more and more of a conversation about it over the years, and it's just the whole thing's getting bigger and bigger and crazier. And I've come to a conclusion here. If you think you might have autism, don't get diagnosed. And if you did get diagnosed, don't talk about it. That sounds like kind of a strange opinion, but I'll say why I believe this to be true. Now, first of all, I know a lot of people with autism. I know a good number of them, or at least what they say is autism. Here's the thing: the majority of them, I don't think anybody would know anything was supposedly wrong with most of them if they hadn't been told something was wrong. I think we're looking for just, I think for a lot of people, autism is just, you're weird, so we're going to diagnose you with something, which I don't appreciate, because I'm weird. I'm not, like, neurotypical. I don't know if it would be considered autism. I sure as hell have no intention of finding out, mostly because the people that have a problem with the weirdness are also weird. We're all weird, man. We all got our own strangeness. Just some people are a lot more uptight about it. And I don't appreciate it very much. And I don't appreciate the way I see people being treated. If they think you have autism, there's like one of two reactions that come from the bulk of humanity. And the one is that this is a horrible, debilitating disease that will ruin your life. That's like the RFK approach, like you can't wipe your own ass or something, right? You'll never use the bathroom without assistance. What the fuck, man? You'll never go on a date. Yeah. I know quite a few people with autism. They're told they have autism, that are married, have kids. They're doing just fine. Holding down jobs. I've worked with plenty of people that are supposed to have autism. I say supposed to because I'll be honest with you. I think if you have certain personality traits, they just lump it all together. I'm not saying autism isn't real. I'm saying they're lumping a lot of shit in there that I really kind of wonder about. And then you have the other side, right? You have the other side that is like very autism aware. They're aware. They're really woke, which means that they just hover and they think they're helping. They're not. The treatment is supposed to be like to have a team of people work with you to help with, I don't know, man. You take somebody who's just naturally antisocial and team them up with a team of people to help you, make your way through life. That's not exactly helpful. You know what I mean? Besides, since when was just not being terribly social a disease? Well, it is now, right? I'm not always the most social butterfly. Does that mean I have a disease? I think it's pretty normal for some of us to really not like being around people a lot of the time. That's okay. If it weren't for antisocial people, YouTube wouldn't exist, all right? YouTube exists because a whole bunch of people that don't want to be around other people sit in their room and make videos. But basically the whole thing boils down to is a bunch of people telling other people, you're weird, it must be a disease. Now, why shouldn't you talk about it or even get diagnosed? I mean, honestly, if you can pass as normal, just pass as normal as much as possible. Don't find out, for God's sake. The reason why is because with all the hoopla, they're getting a little Nazi about this shit. They're talking about, like, setting up a registry and looking into your personal shit because you have autism. That sounds like, sounds like one of the steps before they get to rounding you up and putting you in camps. It's just my thought. I don't know, just to be on the safe side, I'd be all for let's fight against it. Except now you're outing yourself. You know what I mean? I'm all for just trying to duck under this entire thing until it passes. Maybe it'll pass. I don't know. The world they'll get upset about something else later. Right now it's this. Later it'll be something else. For right now, all I can say is if there's something wrong with you, don't let people know. Plus, is it really wrong? Is there really something wrong with you? Like I said, most of the people I've known that they're supposed to be autistic, there's nothing really wrong with them. They're just not like the people that are giving them a hard time about it, pretty much. If that makes any sense. But all the hoopla just, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not exactly a normal guy, but I certainly don't want any kind of diagnosis. Because what if they say it's autism? You're on the spectrum, and now I'm in the hot seat for this stupid shit. It's been diagnosed. You know what I mean? You think your medical records are private? Yeah. I'm not all for letting my doctor know. I'm not all for letting anybody. No. And besides, what if they diagnose my weirdness as something else? It's not like I'm not a functional person. I have a job. I pay my bills. I'm raising a family. I have a wife and a kid, and I do all the things. I'm functioning as an adult in this society. So why do I need somebody to tell me my weirdness is a disease? That could make it harder for me to function in society through no fault of my own. It'll make other people cause me to be less functional. If everybody wants to, then stigmatize me or try to help me, you're getting in the way of me functioning. And I think we're doing that to a lot of people right now. We're making it harder for them to function. Okay? Life is hard enough as it is. I'm not saying it's particularly hard for people with autism. They got problems. Other people got different problems. We all got problems. And putting this huge focus on it's making it way harder. Way harder. How about if we just, just don't find out if you have it. Just don't. Most of the people I know who have been diagnosed, if they never got diagnosed, nobody would really know. Most of them seem like pretty normal people. A little weird? We're all a little weird. We're taking a particular kind of weirdness and saying this is a disease. Like I said, I don't want to find out what my weirdness would be diagnosed as. I have no intention of finding out. I'm just going to be weird the rest of my life, undiagnosed. The diagnosis is weirdness. That's it. I'm not any more weird than any of y'all. Some people hide it better, and some people are really uptight about their weirdness. I know a lot of people that are really weird, they're really strange people, and they're really uptight about it, as if, denying that you're weird makes it go away. It doesn't. Just celebrate it, man. Celebrate your weirdness. If that makes any sense. This is a crazy rant. I'm ranting about it because it pisses me off, because it affects people I know and affects me, therefore, because if it affects people you care about, it ends up affecting you. And how about if we all just admit that we're all strange? Okay? And leave it at that. Yeah.